Is it Saturday?
It's still Saturday.
Has it been this long before we've had a drink? We had to wait till Saturday?
Yeah, pretty much. I've been good. I've been behaving. I've been trying not to drink. I try to save it for the sessions.
This work thing just gets in the way.
Everything gets in the way. Everything.
So what do we got?
We have a fine whiskey from north of the border in Canada. It's a Crown Royal. What's the expression?
It's the Noble Collection French Oak Cask Finished. So this is the 4th release in Crown Royal's award-winning Noble Collection. This limited edition expression combines the smoothness of Crown Royal Deluxe with rich, dark notes of caramel, vanilla, and fruit, along with a body and structure that can only be achieved through French oak. They recommend you sip it neat or on the rocks to experience the captivating character that only French oak can have on their signature blend.
Interesting. I'm intrigued. We've had a good bit of Crown Royals over the years. You know, while we talk, we can do a little.
So yeah, we've had a
cheers to Canada. We've had quite a bit. We've had, we've had just regular, not regular, but we've had their normal whiskey products, and we've had a few of their flavored ones. Some of the flavored ones have been hit or miss. I believe we tried 3.
We had the apple, the maple, and the vanilla.
Yes.
Right? And I think for me, the apple was not what I was looking for.
Yeah, same here. It was
but
a Jolly Rancher.
I didn't mind the maple and the vanilla. I thought it was very good.
Yeah, the vanilla one was the best of the 3, and I know I've said it before, but you know what it goes good with? Cheesecake.
No, there.
It goes really nice.
Look for a nice dessert.
It goes really good with the cheesecake. So again, this one. What's the ABV on this one? Is it 40%?
The ABV is 40%.
Do they give any kind of age or no?
There is no age statement on this, so I do want that on the bottle. Do we have anything in here? Nothing on the bottle either.
Nothing. Okay, well that's okay. Not
Just
important.
fine with me.
Color-wise, you know, I know. I'm not going to mention your name, but it goes more towards it's going honey, maybe a little bit more like a walnut.
Just say it, amber.
No, I'm not going to say it.
It's past amber.
Is
it a little darker than amber?
I think it's a little darker than amber.
Would you go copper?
Maybe. It has to have a little bit of a copper color.
Color?
What do you think, folks?
I'd say it was dark.
It's a little coppery. It's a little darker, but it has more of a brownish tint to it as opposed to a reddish.
So while we had the flavored Crown Royals, we also had the XO and the XR.
We've had a couple, yeah. We've had a
which
few
were
ones.
I thought
and we
very,
also
very
had
good.
the Northern Harvest Rye.
Oh, the Harvest Rye. Yeah, that was very good
Is that
too.
what it's called?
So I'm assuming that this Noble Collection will be similar in that profile. This is going to be a little more lush, a little more luxurious.
It smells really nice. And for 40%, I'm getting a good bit of
there's
a little
vapor.
alcohol tinge, but you know what? Doesn't smell like rubbing alcohol. I'm getting some spices with it.
I think I'm getting a lot of the notes they address, the caramel, vanilla.
Yeah, it smells really good. Heavy on the vanilla, very heavy on the vanilla. I wouldn't say so much spice. I wouldn't say cinnamon or anything. More like almost like a graham cracker.
Yeah, maybe some syrupy spice, sugar syrups.
How about a graham cracker? How about a nice little graham cracker smell?
I'm just not a fan of graham crackers, but sure.
No, not even like on a crust on a cheesecake.
Only as crust. S'mores, they don't do it for me.
A little bit of herbal notes, maybe a little mint, a little spearmint or mint,
and maybe a little orange.
Maybe, almost like an Angostura bitter or like an orange bitter, like that kind of smell.
Yeah. That's where I'm going. Well, where you took me anyway.
Wow. I mean, I don't know. It's just a guess.
You're the nose.
It's just a guess. I wouldn't go that far. My nose isn't that bad. For an Italian, my nose is,
I don't mean the size of your nose. I mean the talent involved.
What's that thing? Oh, he's got a Roman nose. It's Roman all over his face.
My father said it to me many times. I was not appreciative.
He was a kind man. He was a cruel man, but fair.
What he said wasn't wrong. It just shouldn't have been said.
Did you go in for a taste?
First taste, not as maybe vapory as the nose would indicate.
The texture. It's a little medium body. It's got a little thickness to it.
A little bit of velvet, yeah.
Jason Johnstone Yellen of the Single Cask Nation would say you should chew your whiskey to get all the flavors. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to chew some whiskey.
It's very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, it's not thin. It's not thick. It's not particularly oily. It's just medium body.
Yeah, good body.
It's got a little bit of heft to it,
which I like. Not a lot of vapors, not a lot of bitterness, not very drying. But not overly sweet. Just kind of a nice mild blend of everything.
They don't say much in terms of mash bill, do they? Or do
I
you
didn't
assume it's
see any
rye
mash
or
bill.
anything like that? Or?
I'm guessing it's rye. But
I mean, I get a little bit of sweetness, but it's not too sweet. It does get a little bit like dry in the middle, like oaky. You know, like you get that wood influence.
yeah, you get a little bit of wood, but it isn't overly dry.
No, not at all. Not at all. There's a little bit of spice coming in on the back end. Maybe a little bit of clove, a little bit of cinnamon. Again, maybe that bit of orange is coming through again, like a candied orange.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Was like a good candied orange, but not overly sweet. Just a little bit of flavor.
Getting a little stone fruit too. Maybe some cherry.
Well, now you're beyond me.
No. I just kind of had a sense, but like not a cherry like a regular picked off the tree. I'm talking like a preserved cherry.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily a maraschino, but more like a brandy cherry. This is really really nice. I like this.
I like it a lot.
This is nice, and I think I like this a lot better than I haven't had standard Crown Royal, but it never really does anything for me. This one has a little bit. I think it's that spice. I think it's that little spice on the finish. The finish on this is really really nice.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything to be offended by here. It's got enough texture, enough smoothness, enough at the end. It's just a good solid whiskey.
Yep, I would give it anywhere 89 maybe.
Yeah, 88, 89, sure.
Yeah,
that
seems
fair.
There's no bite. It's just an easy drinking whiskey, and I like it just as it is. I wouldn't do much more with it.
Yeah.
I think it's enjoyable, just like this.
And again, if you're making a whiskey for sipping, 40% is probably the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're trying to get a little more snap, a little more bite out of it, maybe you put something out at 43, maybe 45%. But 40%, this is good sipping whiskey. This is nice.
What I appreciate is that they gave us enough to have a couple samples of this. So I'm thinking when we're done with this, we could have a little more, or we could save it for later and share with a friend. Pass the word around. So
or just have it ourselves and not telling them.
That's right. Screw everybody
I'm
else.
good
It's our
with
whiskey.
that. Either way.
It's ours. So anyhow, thank you to the fine folks at Taylor Strategy for sending this along, and cheers to Crown Royal for distilling up a lovely expression.
Cheers.